If you're always the strong one, if you push through even when your body is whispering, stop. If people call you driven, but secretly you're braced, this is the Chariot. And it might not be about ambition at all. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. Today we're talking about the Chariot, not as a victory card, not as a hustle culture mythology, but as the armored achiever archetype. The part of you that learns control means safety, that forward motion is protection, that if you just keep moving, nothing can catch you. But what if the movement itself is the armor? Traditionally, the Chariot represents willpower, direction, triumph, mastery over opposing forces. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith, the figure stands poised between two sphinxes. One is light and one is dark. This symbolizes opposing drives, but this figure doesn't hold reins. Control isn't physical, it's internal. And if you look closely, the charioteer is androgynous, not a hyper masculine or soft feminine figure. It's not easily categorized, and this is deliberate. Smith's artwork resists rigid gender coding. The Chariot becomes a sovereign presence, power that is integrated rather than performative. That ambiguity matters because true direction is not about domination. It's about alignment. So the shadow of the Chariot is this. You learned to override yourself. Your body says, I'm tired, and your ego says, achieve. The Chariot is the survival strategy that made success your shield. You became high functioning. You became dependable. You became unstoppable. But maybe you also became unreachable. And that's where we need to get honest. Were you driving your life or were you outrunning something? You meet the Chariot when your body knows it can't keep being pulled in different directions. These sphinxes are inside of you. One wants rest, the other wants approval. One wants truth, and the other wants safety. And the charioteer doesn't whip them forward, they integrate them. And that's the real lesson. Not speed, integration. And there's something profoundly queer about this card. An androgynous figure holding power without a rigid identity performance. No reins, no spectacle, just presence. The Chariot says, you don't need to harden into masculinity to lead. You don't have to dissolve into femininity to surrender. You can hold both. This card is about self-sovereignty beyond the binary script. It asks, what would your power look like if it wasn't compensating? Ask yourself, where am I calling survival success? What am I proving? And what happens if I slow down? And the hardest one, who am I without the armor? The Chariot doesn't stop moving, but it stops moving unconsciously. If this card feels personal, it's not an accident. The armored achiever kept you alive, but survival is not the same as sovereignty. And you're allowed to choose direction instead of reaction. If this resonated with you, comment armor below. Subscribe for Tarot Tuesday, where we explore the Major Arcana as trauma archetypes and spiritual alchemy. And if you're ready to move from survival mode into integrated power, this is the space for you. I'll see you next week. Drive consciously.